Hey everybody, Sonichu here, still in Mama Christian's body for over 7 months now, and in this particular recording, I'm going to be taking a look at a rough draft of a fanfic, or possibly a retelling of a past event. And anyway, it's based on Mama's real-life event, finding Bionic the Hedgehog back in the high school days and so forth. But anyway, I felt like this thing needed personal critiquing, and I just feel like I could do it over multiple number of tweets or comment in the comments. Anyway, I found it on Twitter. Anyway, so this is from the Crimson Libertarian at HMarine59. That's on Twitter. So this is kind of like an opening draft of his fanfic called "My Friend Sonichu," based on the life and works of. She doesn't go by Christian anymore. She goes by Christine. All right, Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu is her full name. You might want to fix that. Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. All right. So anyway, so this guy opens up with obviously it's past tense right now because it opens up with black screen with white text. Manchester High School, November 13th, 1996. Thursday. Dude, look at the calendar for this. Hope you looked at the calendar for this. You better double check. November 13th, 96. Anyway, I'm just going to rotate this horizontal and zoom in so I can read this a little better. Top of this page it reads dodge. Why am I dodging? I fade in. Internal Manchester High School gymnasium afternoon. The Manchester High School basketball team practiced in the gymnasium for the up-and-coming Friday night game. Did you look at the schedule for that year? Around that weekend? They perform all sorts of drills and maneuvers to ensure their victory against the away team of the rival local schools. Oh, hey, between of and the, you got 2 spaces. Nice job overusing that space there. All this is set to the sounds of squeaking sneakers, the shouting of plays and cheers of encouragement from the student spectators. Transition shot over to the bleachers and stopped on the guy in one of the sideline benches. The guy? I guess past tense. Excuse me. Sitting on the bench wearing a sweatshirt displaying the Manchester High School Lancers team emblem is the somewhat overweight, even at that age, water boy. Chris. Yeah. Known as Christian back then, but she was not overweight at all. She was actually of slender, slim body type. She was not overweight. She was not fat. Remove that word. Is the slender, even at that age, water boy Chris. All right. So there's your first edit right there. Second, counting the double space between the of and the, which I pointed out just a moment ago. He sits there looking absolutely checked out and looking off to the side at what was just a blank wall, daydreaming of his video game characters, his favorite video game characters. I would say for the institution of this, she was actually reading a Fear Street novel from R.L. Stein. That's what she was doing at the time. Although, I mean, yeah, you're basing it off of the event that happened in the book. But obviously, when she was reading that Fear Street book, looking in the lockers, and that's how she found Bionic. And you're just meshing here for this fanfic. Anyway, the camera starts to spin around him as the gymnasium reverts to a retro 16-bit landscape. I wouldn't say it turns to retro 16-bit, especially for the context of this. It would turn into like a more realistic viewpoint of the area of which was located on. It's like, the actual grass of the upcoming thing, which I'll read about in just a moment. So, I mean, it doesn't look 16-bit gamey. It's, like you see in an animation, a cartoon, or like, CG brought to life type of thing. Anyway, Chris stands up from a log that he was sitting on and walks through the brush where he eventually comes to a clearing. He gazes across the clearing, and there he sees the classic Green Hill Zone level. Green Hill Zone area. It's the area. It's not just a level. It's part of the whole entire area. Classic Green Hill Zone level in the original Sonic the Hedgehog game. Parentheses, yes, really. Really? Yes, really. Really? Really? Yeah, really. Chris Fangasming. Fangasming. That's a word. Fangasming. Right. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's as beautiful as it was on the TV. Look at this. Chris stands there, mouth agape, but is suddenly distracted by something moving from left to right. Close-up shot of the Sega mascot moving around at the speed of sound. I wonder who this could be. Yeah. Sonic books it across the landscape, leaving a trail of 16-bit dust in his stride. Not 16-bit dust, actual dust, like, just literal dust, like you would see in real life, because he's actually kicking up dust and dirt. Hello? Okay, here is a definite grammar error. He, us, through hoops. Us? It should be goes. He goes through hoops, gathers rings, and defeats some badniks along the way, releasing their animal controllers. Alright? Ecstatic, Chris goes, "Go, Sonic, go!" Sonic continues throughout the level and appears to get closer and closer to where Chris was watching from. Chris, waving both his arms in the air like he just didn't care, gets more and more excited to find me his childhood hero. Everything comes to a head when suddenly, slow motion. "Oh, Sonic!" Chris says, and then Sonic replies, "Chris, watch out!" Chris says, "What?" Quick pan over to shot to Joseph Herring. "Chris, watch out!" Chris goes over the court, gets hit in the face with a basketball, which knocks him face first into the ground. Aye. The team goes over to see if he's okay, and Chris begins to spastically cry out like an autistic baby. The autistic baby. Don't insult Mama like that. Don't insult her like that. You could say Chris begins to spastically cry. Just leave out the like the autistic baby he is. I'm looking at you. He shifts from crying to a slight whimper as he sits on the sideline bench with an ice pack on his swollen forehead. The coach of the team kneels down next to Chris and tries to comfort him. Coach says, "You gonna be alright, Chris?" Hang on, I gotta switch to the next tweet that has the next page of this thing. Alright, Chris says, barely audible. Yeah. Coach says, "Well, alright, that's good to know." Coach stands up, does an arm back stretch, and gives an audible sigh of relief. "Well, practice is over for a day, so you can go ahead and get changed and go home." And Chris nods, stands to go to the boys' locker room. Just to clarify, Mama didn't technically change clothes. She pretty much wore what she wore the throughout the day as normal. I mean, it's not like she had a basketball outfit to change into. Neither did she change into her gym shirt and shorts, her gym clothes, okay? That, not during the basketball practice, because, just doing her job as manager, okay? Her job as manager. Anyway, so in this instance, Chris nods and stands up to go to the boys' locker room, where a couple members of the team left without saying a word to Chris. Alright, then internal Manchester High School boys' locker room day. Locker door transition. Chris stands there looking at his forehead bump in the locker door mirror as the air conditioner rattled off in the background. Rattled. You use D's instead of T's. It should be rattled, not rattled. Rattle. T. R-A-T-T-L-E-D. He pokes at it and gives an occasional sound of pain from the tense swelling. He pokes at his forehead to that. You could just say giving a sigh. Not giving an autistic sigh. Giving a sigh. You don't need the autistic adjective. Giving a sigh. Giving a sigh, he shuts the locker door. Suddenly, out of the blue, standing behind the locker door, a 3'3" bright orange anthropomorphic hedgehog. Suddenly, out of the blue, standing behind the locker. The hedgehog. What? Just. What? You need the word appears at the end. The bright orange anthropomorphic hedgehog appears. Obviously revealed to be Bionic because my tagline, Bionic. Hello. Chris is then startled and lets out an autistic screech. Lets out a screech. A screech. Remove the autistic. Lets out a screech of fear. In the process of screaming and defecating on his own. You do not need that last part. In the process of screaming, Chris hits his head on the locker door by accident and falls to locker room 4. I'm looking at you again. Defecating on himself. I'll punch you in the face for that! He rolls from side to side in the pain, but quickly returns his attention to the orange-colored figure. Chris in pain and shock. What are you? Okay, this is where I'm definitely going to give you some more commentary on. Alright, so in this instance, Bionic would introduce himself. I mean, I'm going to just pretty much play amnesia for the purposes of play that Bionic has amnesia for the purposes of this fanfic. But in this case, it would have been like Bionic came in from the other dimension where he was in after he had become long lost from Sonic, all right, and had gone into the basketball dimension where he and all that. Just as Mama said when she wrote that story about Bionic. I mean, I even upon retrospect, I can see upon the realization of that could use some improvement. But what are you gonna do? At least Bionic does have an interest in mechanical engineering and basketball. Does very well at basketball. So in this case, it'd be like, just for the purposes of this fanfic, it's like, let's just say Bionic suddenly had amnesia from suddenly coming from the dimension he was in, the alternate dimension he was in earlier with the alien type creatures and basketball and mechanical opportunities and all that. So let's go from there. So me, well, I'm a hedgehog, and on the matters of who I am, that I have no idea. I just popped into existence, and now I'm talking to you in this smelly, sweaty room that's covered in tall metal doors for some reason. What is this place, by the way? And, alright, so on this note that, I mean, sure, you could say that, that Chris ended up having to just spell it out for Bionic at this point, but in reality, it's just, it would have been an instant mind link, just on the instinct. Mama would have literally just within milliseconds read Bionic's mind and gotten a general idea of everything. And pulled the remaining answers literally from the cosmos and everything of all that instance. So in this instance, you're just like, what? Not really just doing that. Just you're saying she's pointing out thin air, but nope, she's accessing the cosmos and Bionic's subconscious memories. All right, that's what we're doing. That's what's going on here. All right, so, all right, this is a lock. Wait a minute. What do you mean popped into existence? What does that even mean? I mean, sure, you can also play out that Mom was not yet learning about her abilities at that time, so yeah, there's all that. Anyway, oh, what's my place? Alright, here we go. Well, I feel it's self-explanatory. I wasn't here one moment, and the next I was. Anything other than my current memories? Yep, I'm afraid I can't say anything for sure. And Chris looked at the small figure with a sense of awe and began to have an inner monologue. Actually, yeah, there you go. That definitely goes with what I said just a short moment ago. Having the inner monologue and all that. Just reading the situation. Not knowing that everything he's saying was being spoken out loud and right in front of this creature's overly cartoonish, rodent-like face. Then Chris says, huh. Well, this is weird. Never in my whole life have I ever experienced something so bizarre. This hedgehog looks just like Sonic. But he's all orange instead of blue. Could this have something to do with me getting hit in the head with that basketball? Then Bionic says, what's a Sonic? What? You just said that I look like Sonic. Who or what is that? And like I said, from this point on, at this point, pulled it from the cosmos and from Bionic's memory. Yeah, so she knew that the two of them were brothers. Oh right. Well, he's your brother. Sonic the Hedgehog is your brother. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. I guess I'll just take your word for it until I can confirm this or whatever. So, who am I? Wait, what? I was just wondering, since you know who my brother was, that you know who I am. Again, pulling from his subconscious memories and the cosmos with her abilities. Oh, right, your name. Somehow, strangely, that I know this. Your name that I somehow happen to know. The name you're born with, your birth name, your name by birth. I mean, what's up with all this belaboring? Dude, what's up with all this belaboring? You thinking I'm making this? You thinking she was making this up? No, she was not making this up. He's like, what? Bionic. Bionic? Bionic the Hedgehog? Yes. What, am I like a cyborg robot thing? No. Then why Bionic? Because you're Sonic's brother? And what else is there? You're also a basketball player. Also, the fact that she just literally read your mind. Literally read Bionic's mind at the time. So, yeah. Oh, okay. You're a basketball. You're Sonic's brother, and you're a basketball player. Your name is Bionic. You were born with that. Wait. Oh. What? Basketball. You know, b-ball, hoops, and other similar sounding words like that. Am I any good at it? Wait a minute. Sarcastically? No, would not be said sarcastically. Oh, among which, yes, the best. Your skills are on par with legends like Michael Jordan, Shaq, and that's about all the basketball people I know at this point, actually. I don't know, am I really that good? Well, why don't we test it out for ourselves? Come on, dude, let's go hit the gym. Alright, internal Manchester High School gymnasium afternoon. Chris escorted Bionic to the gymnasium and hoped to God that he's actually good at basketball, so I won't be caught out on his bullshit. I feel like that ought to be... Chris escorted Bionic to the gymnasium and hope to God that he's actually good at basketball and is right on finding that out. You're not calling out bullshit. There's no bullshit to be called out. It's fact. Alright? So that was a stupid statement to make. But in a series of three-pointers, making shot after shot after shot, it turns out the little orange... Not a bastard! You're not a bastard! Don't say bastard! It turns out the little orange hedgehog knows how to shoot. Alright? Let's take these items seriously. I'm giving them to you. Alright. Almost like when Chris introduced a suggestion to Bionic, it became reality because it was reality beforehand. Duh. Chris, with a look of ecstatic on his face, cheered on as Bionic went above and beyond what Chris ever expected. And then cut to a set of gymnasium doors revealing Joseph Herring. And one more page. I gotta scroll down here. Alright, now on this note, it's like you could call this a viewing from 1218 into C197. You could say it like that for this instance, alright? And it's like, you know, Mama Chris at this time was one of the very few who could initially see that. Obviously with Joseph Herring here, so yeah. It's not like he doesn't say, hey Chandler, he says, hey Chris. Hey Chris, what are you doing? Practice is over. Why are you still here? Then Chris turns to face Joseph. Hey Joe, you need to see this. This is a meh. Chris looks back to find that Bionic has disappeared with only a basketball laying on the laminated floor. Yeah, but in this instance, Bionic literally interacted. He had just interacted with the basketball. So, yeah, at this point, he was like partially visible to everybody, to Mama Chris, and to everybody around her. So, in that one instance, Joe would have literally seen him, alright, for a split second, but at that point, yeah, since Bionic was still learning about himself at the time, yeah, he would have the instinct of running away from Joseph in the situation, so, yeah, that's the reason, alright, so anyway, my basketball laying on the floor, alright, and a confused whisper up, Bionic? Okay, well, come on. Your mom's waiting for you outside in the car. See you tomorrow, Chris. Say, yeah, see you tomorrow. And Chris walks out of the gymnasium, shutting off the lights on his way out through the set of doors. Didn't need to shut off the lights because doesn't know where the light switch is. Didn't know where the light switch was. Plus, the custodian takes care of that. The door shuts as the afternoon sun casts a shadow on the lone basketball for the gymnasium's window. Awkward silence fade out. Alright, so anyway, that's my 2 bolts. You could do better on this, Crimson Libertarian. You could do better on this. Take everything I said and apply it to your writing, alright? Anyway, thank you for sharing this, and have a good day. Be safe. Thank you.